Game number 2. That will be a lot different Mediterranean than we are used to. So, this should be kinda interesting. 5 Etis and 1 Zeus. Instead of the usual like 3-4 Zeuses and the insignificant rest. Let's start from Aurelian, who is spawning at the left of the bottom. And his spot seems to be, devoid of the wild boars, so he will have to hope that he finds a good fishing spot. Seems like he will be having some kind of promontory here. So let's wait for his placement of the dock. Yeah, this seems like a sweet spot. And he gets lucky, has a threesome right there. Moving on to the next one, that's Nyan. He's again playing pocket as he played against AOL, and that served him very nicely. But his dock placement is really kinda bad, and with a bit of bad luck, there won't be anything here either. He maybe should have went a bit further, but let's see how this position will play out for him. In the meantime, we can check Kill You Die, who is the last one from Lutz. His position is pretty much the same as everyone else's, but his dock is very nice, same as Aurelian's 3 spot right there, and a pretty good spot. Huh? You can see that Purple was at least partially lucky. Yes, 3 here, but anyway, the rest is here in the darkness, and that's very far away from the dock, so he could be a bit slower there. Moving on to Blue, who is scouting very aggressively, sending his Oracle all the way here next to Kill You Die. And his dock is at a decent spot, has a threesome here, so pretty sweet. Looking that he will be sharing a bit with Titu. 3 spot, and well, could have went a bit further to place it here, but it's not tragic. It's good enough, I think. Looking at his land, he is gathering from chickens, so yes, this is definitely... no, it's not definitely. He has the pigs here, so maybe he will move there once he has secured enough food production to support uninterrupted wheelie production. And here Oracle found a double gold spot. And together with this third gold, actually who controls this TC more or less controls this choke point. Another gold here. And will be in some kind of advantage possibly because of all this gold. Alright then. Titu, how is his starting position? Boar here and here, so if he wants to go for it, it's definitely available. Instead of the chickens, might have been a bit better. You already saw the docks, and it seems like this cove is kinda empty, so not really good luck for him. Last one to look at is Yellow, who has a long way to go. Very long way to go for fish. And yeah, he has to go to the right, and he doesn't see literally anything here. So, not a great spot for him, so kinda handicap for Zeus. Looking at land, he's playing the standard Zeus stuff, but in the end you could see that he opted for Granary anyway, and went for the wild boars to speed up his advance, but at the same time we see first deconstruction on Spoeft to stop him a bit. How is it looking at pretty decent time? This is a full one, so that's time wasted, and what's more important, it means that he will be slower at producing fishing chips. At the same time though, we saw that he is already building temple, so he's probably attempting for an early advance. Quite possibly behind those 2 wheelies he could be advancing. So let's see about that. And red is preparing. Just not yet. Blue is kinda there as well. Kill You Die. Oh, everybody here has prepared the temple and are kinda prepared to advance, but not really clicking yet. Yeah, the first one is Aurelian here. 10% through Prometheus already. Pretty sweet one. But as lucky as he got with this 3 spot, you can see that he has only doubles here and nothing there at all. So he's pretty much the same as Spoeft. And the sweetest guy here right now. Oh, he definitely broke the bank here, Titu. Definitely broke the bank, and Blue is not that bad off either. Teal is also in a pretty sweet spot. Well then second dog here. He has some kind of defensible position. And Purple, yeah, also the shortest straw. But he at least has 3 spots here and here, so the second dock is well placed and should be sweet. You also see a lot of purple here. That's temple already transported. So 9 Recipient will be trying to make life difficult. I'm not sure if for Spoeft or for Red. We'll see quite soon, I think. While Kiryuda is trying to scout around his opponents. Alright. Trying to see where everything is. So guys advancing. And you can see 9 Recipient going for the dock. Haha, scout here. And Minotaur seems to be going for it as well. But will it yield the required result? He basically wanted to draw the guys away from the dock to allow, yeah, the first ship to come out, and basically that's a free kill of those forward guys right there. At the same time, how's it looking though with the Promethean? 2 Prometheans on yellow berries, and well, they already killed one, but Tito was paying attention and is helping his yellow teammate defend, and once the Odysseus is there, okay, you can stop producing the Prometheans. And purple sees this and will probably go the other way around, try to do something with red. Anyway, first water battles are on. You can see that purple is right here teamed with green against lone yellow. So where is Tito right now? He is at the bottom trying to attack teal together with his blue teammate. So that's 2v1 at both sides, and so far it seems like Tito seems to even up the battles and is moving with his ships to tie both from purple on his own, so making this basically 1v1 for everybody. You can see slight, well, that's not really raiding, that's just scouting from teal. Not much interesting going on, and a bit of raiding though from Iron Racing Cat, who just saw that no luck will be with raiding yellow, so he just switches to red. He's not really aware of this, I think. He's maybe microing the battle. Just now noticed. And he's trying to micro here. Blue somehow got around teal onto purple, but at the same time it means he has nothing at home except those 3 ships, so teal will be having a very easy time destroying his fleet. Yeah, so not much really going on here. But on the left side, we can see that yellow is having all kinds of troubles with green. That's kind of interesting. It's, well, he doesn't really have a good spot to fall back to. Just one dock right now being reconstructed, so that yellow has absolutely 0 defensible position, but red is coming to help him. Another dock coming up, and green has to retreat, because this is now a strong double, and he doesn't have enough there. On the right, teal is having fun killing fishing boats, together with purple. They are trying to somehow rout the blue army that is at this spot and also in the middle, it seems. And that's a lot of maneuvers right there. You can see gold on the middle island for the winner of the water as a prize. And this is an interesting battle right there. That teal is losing and he lost some valuable ships there to red. But it wasn't really the bulk of his army, and once he joins with the rest, no, just might be time for red to actually flee, especially when purple joins him. That's some good maneuvers from Lats, who are definitely fighting for the water with all their might. Try to overcome the yellow Greek on the water, who should be the strongest player right there, but thanks to the reconstructions he was a bit put back, so he takes a bit of time actually be at his strongest. But right now we can see that's a really huge army. That's a lot of green doing nothing. That's kinda not ideal. He's on the land taking second and 30C. That's interesting. You can see, looking at the minimap, red is taking just second, and he's the only one from dots, whereas Lats and Nyan is also taking second. And only one who isn't from Lats is Steel, but he is full on the water. And a lot of ships here. That's teal and purple from Lats and remains of blue, not really all that much of an army, and red from DoD. This definitely is going lots away, and yeah, Spoeft is seeing that, and he is trying to outflank his opponents, but he's being pursued by a huge army of green ships. So once this battle rages on, maybe restoration. Yeah, there is restoration, and looking at all those half-dead ships from red and blue, this could be a pretty sweet spot for the restoration right there. But right now green is, yeah, there it is. Unfortunately for them, green was already retreating, so that was a bit of a miscommunication, I think. But it was maybe he was retreating because Aurelian already was thinking the same, that it will happen. At the same time, there's a lot of purple blobs at the minimap near blue base. So once this battle is somehow resolved, or at least going one way or the other, and right now it's definitely going red and yellow's way. But let's wait with the judgment right now. On the minimap, a bit of yellow moving on green. And yes, it seems like dots were able to outmaneuver their fleet's opponents, and good job on staying on top of that. So let's look at the purple, what is he doing? He is already built counter barracks right at the doorstep of blue, and he is definitely meaning business with his raiding. And he is being joined by teal, so that's a bit of a double here. Iron is moving where with these counter barracks? Ah, here, he's switching sides to the left. Seeing right now that blue will be more or less ready soon for this. And he will try to surprise Spoeft at the left side. That's a sweet play. And also Tito is taking 30C, looking at the minimap. Okay, so blue has defended successfully, so let's return back to the water. Teal is owning his side of the water, but on the left, red has a lot, blue as well, and yellow is there, and they are going to wreck green if he doesn't run somewhere, but I'm not exactly sure where he could run. Yeah, blue is trying to close him up, build a wall so that these guys cannot escape, and yeah, it's being tripled very hard, very hard, and looking at the minimap, you don't see really all that multicolored dots from Lats, so this should actually be doable for Spoeft on his own right now. So he just split his ships, aiming them towards his dock, so that's a good play. And at the same time, red and blue are switching the scenes and trying to catch somehow teal, finally destroy his presence on the water. At the same time though, I'm not exactly sure where green is going. He seems to be having a decent amount of ships, but right now he missed the moment where he possibly could have went against Spoeft, who right now has an advantage because of the stronger ships. And at this point I would say that dots are winning water, even though it wasn't really looking all that great for them. At the land, teal is losing his remaining units that were raiding dot rangers. And on the land, these purple guys from 9 Ray Second, who is trying to go to the left, helped by his green teammate actually. Now that's interesting. Yellow was trying to build archery range and stable here near the TC, but he was discovered by green and he cannot go there. And since purple is already present, double is brewing at the other side, and then actually dot anticipated so far. As you can see that Spoeft already has a lot of military buildings, and he should be having enough resources to go towers if he needs to, since water echo was there. And well, this will be caught by T2, and this should be the more or less end of this raid, I think, pretty soon, with those yellow backups. But haha, T2 is just missing it, and now going for the pursuit. Switching back to the water, where dots have finally advanced further into Lat's team base. But right now, Spoeft and Red, well, that's not really that much of red are losing because purple was able to amass quite a decent fleet somehow, even though he wasn't even anything. And as soon as I said that dots are winning water, they are not anymore. And you can see on the left that Aurelian kept his ships and is applying pressure on Spoeft right now, who is just sending his ships to kinda die to this pretty decent blockade. At the same time, on the top, yeah, red has at least some army. As you can see, the numbers for lots are much more numerous. So right now, what could decide the battle for dots would be some advance into heroic. So I'm kinda curious if something like that will be happening soon. So water going for lots, heroic for 9, but an Aurelian. So no, that is not dot. That's not cool for them. Spoef trying to secure his forward TC. Just at the nick of time when 9 Second was trying to build some decent presence here. But he will be repelled because T2 is on top of things and will help Spoef. But it doesn't really seem like Spoef needs the help anyway. At the right, Rangers is trying to fight back against Kill You Die. And is arriving at his doorstep. T2 the first from dots to heroic. And Shockwave helps, and this is the end of the Teal army for at least the moment, if there wasn't the end of Shockwave from his opponent. So that's Onosis exchanging the pleasantries. And since the battle is not really all that decisive right now, I'm very curious what's happening here. And it's 9 Racing Cat again switching sides, and again going for the double on the right, possibly. With Teal. This is a sweet army. And with more Leviathans, or rather Behemoths, he'll probably be going for the TC. Rangers is advanced or isn't? No, he isn't. And he is at 2 TCs, soon to be 3. Maybe advancing at some of them. Ah, this is not even up. But he has a pretty sweet army, so... Anyway, he can't kill those Behemoths, it seems. He's trying to make some heroes to pick them, but yeah, this is goodbye TC. That's a bit of a setback for blue. And nice idea from 9 Racing Cat, but as in 1v1, doesn't really stand a chance against Rangers right now. So he either has to step up his efforts or switch sides again, because green, with his 3 TCs, against freshly 3 TC Spoeft, is doing quite a decent job, especially thanks to the Dryads here. But he's missing the siege units, and first destroyers are coming into the battle. Oh, that's even. Teal on the right, joining forces with Kill You Die. So there's going to be a double here again. And red though, blue lost the second TC, that was kinda expected from Behemoths, but they paid with their lives for that, and red right now is aiming to help his teammate at the right. And once again, 9AC gets switching the sides. But Spoeft recognizes that the trouble will always be there, trying to build some extra towers. That's not a bad idea, especially to wall this part of the map. And be prepared for the early double. D2 is 2 mythic, that's very nice. I'm kinda curious if Spoeft is advancing right now. He has armory up. So he may be thinking about it sometime soonish. But right now, he is not really catching up enough. And green is having quite a decent play here with some of the destroyers, only if the destroyers weren't fighting this Jason, but rather the TC. Anyway, interesting battle at the right, where the double is being mirrored by double from the other guys. And haha, bolt used to kill the Behemoth. Yeah, that would have been very difficult. Especially, not really sure. Spoeft had both Odysseus and Jason, so it wasn't all that threatening, but he thought it was better. Alright. So that was a traitor on someone. Probably the birdie, I think. And he also has Tartarian Gate, if he wants to place it somewhere. Spoeft and Rangers Okay, so I'm just going to look at Ranger's DCs. Oh, this is the first one. Ah, finally. Finally he's clicking into this heroic and somebody else. Oh, Titan here from Red. Just as the Tartaring is being cast. But this spot doesn't seem to be the best placement ever. Would have been a bit better here to kill at least those Phillies. Block them from gathering gold, but anyway. They will do some damage, they will attack this TC, it's in their range it seems. And the dots will have to pay attention to it. There is a stalemate at the right, with blue defending his part of the map. On the left is kind of fine. Building extra towers, green repelled, and, well, just biding his time right now. And finally, 15% through Apollo. I'm kinda curious if he will try something like Nyan is trying to do. Some underworld passage to the back. Possibly. Right, Nyan racing cat. We'll see soon enough, I guess. And Teal is trying to steal the TC, but does he have enough support here? It seems like Purple is not having enough. And Purple heroic. So, since he is not producing enough army at this site, I think he might be advancing into Mythic, but this battle is more important right now. So let's keep here, or in this luck, we have a bit of a moment. Ah, yeah, here it is, 93% Helios. That's why he wasn't building any extra army here. And Willy has had to retreat, and this means another palace. So yeah, Lats are doing pretty much the same thing as they did against AOL, trying to do a whole lot of building spam, and defend their side by that. That's a sweet play. It worked for them the last time, and well, we'll see if it could work for them this time. And Rangers definitely want this 30C back. Gilliudai Hecate as well. And first Titan Gate is being cast at the left. Well, thanks to all those palaces and towers, I think this will be a pretty brutal stalemate. And this TC is though what hangs in the balance. It doesn't seem like Rangers have a definite advantage here that he could push for it, but right now it seems the Cherubalissa's numbers are piling up and they seem to be dishing out quite some decent damage. So with a bit of extra towers, we could actually take the TC soon and at least make it equal. Here Tartarian gets still going strong, and on the left though, it seems like Aurelian has joined forces with Nistroyes from Lion Racing Cat, and Spoeft is being doubled hard and losing a third TC. And he's definitely not handling this, because why? How could he? And Arvel is coming in, while Green has one here. So if he wants, this would be probably the best idea to push for it. But he just abandons his teammate and is going here at the back. Not exactly sure about this play. They're thinking that the Titan Gate will be cast here, but he steals a Dryad tree. And still a lot of spawn from the Tartarian Gate are going to help him. And since this is gone, Red won't be helping anytime soon. He was probably fighting there at the front of Blue. So right now that's a lot of purple and a lot of destroyers, so maybe if he plays this right, he could kill this TC from Red. And that would be kinda good catch. Yep, right now going for it. Even though towers are cropping up, it really shouldn't be enough. Coming down rather easily. By the way, water has been won for Lats, as we could see last time around that we were there, like, I don't know, 5 minutes ago. And here at the right, Kirida is able to push through and is actually killing Rangers, and it's not that surprising when you think about it, because Rangers is just 2 DCs and Kiruda is 3, and at the same time Kiruda is also mythic, while Rangers is just heroic. So just now advanced into Hephaestus, so mythical Zeus is on the loose together with the Underworld Passage. So there's probably going to be a bit of spam of Colossi. They won't catch this first item though from green, and he will most definitely be going to the left side. That is still being the double from Nyan Racing Cat and green on yellow. And yellow is having all kinds of trouble, and he will need better support from his teammates red. Because if he loses this 30C, he will be Mythical Zeus, but the 2 CCs against double, that's not really a great spot he would like to find himself in. Okay, so this DC is dead. Purple paid with his army pretty much. And, well, this is a lot of yellow that he could use at the left, so yeah. Interesting, interesting. And teal has stolen Rangers. 30C is right now pushing right into Rangers. He may be advancing into the back DC. No, not yet. And it doesn't seem like he would be in a position anyway. And teal is really doing a pretty good job right now. Teal is doing a pretty good job here. And looking at the left, green together with purple are doing a pretty decent job here as well. And Spoift recognizes that this is not a battle they can win anymore and resign, and Lance actually tied the match 1-1. Pretty good job, and they definitely had a very good strategy that they honed against AOL last time around and executed it very nicely. GG. So Nyan, yeah, I would also say he was the MVP. He was switching the sides very, very well. Just at the right moment, when the double was on one side, he switched to the other one, and he really did a lot of damage just by that. Very nice. A very sweet echo. Well, as a pocket, that's kind of expected when you're not harassed at all. Kirudai's sweet military count, and Spoift, well, he had good efficiency with these Greek units. Improvements. Also sweet research count from Nyan, and otherwise kinda okay. You can see all 3 lots having the most used unit by him. That's kinda funny. All those guys pretty much even. It seems Titu was always, well, always, since advancing to heroic, he was at the low side there, whereas 9 was at the top. That's maybe what made the difference there. Nice job.